Wow. Good afternoon. I don't hear you. Good afternoon. How are we? Wonderful. It's only one person wonderful, everybody else not sure? My name is Joe Lewis Washington, and I'm the seventh child born to Booker T. and Arthester Washington. As some of you may or may not know, in parts of the African American community, there's a bit of a mystique around the seventh born child. Some say we are strange. Some say we are different. Some say we are unique. But what everyone seems to agree is we often walk to a different drummer. I have to admit, I didn't quite manage to save the world, but don't tell anyone, you may not have noticed. But I did learn some other important lessons along the way. One was, first and foremost, save Joe. Second, instead of saving the world, try to do something today, wherever you are, no matter how big or how small. And with that notion in mind, when I arrived here in the Netherlands for the second time 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet some wonderful people at Ubuntu House. For those of you who don't know, Ubuntu House is a community center here in Lombok, which supports people without papers, people living in poverty, and people who are homeless. I expect homelessness, people without papers, people living in poverty in the US, but in the Netherlands, how is that possible? And I felt this is a story that needs to be told, because clearly if the ordinary Dutch population knew about it, they would be outraged and they would do something about it. Similarly, I've used this time to reconnect with the issues regarding people of African descent, whether in Chicago, in the US, in the Caribbean, on continental Africa, and here in Europe. Because people of African descent have made important contributions everywhere we go, and that's an important story that needs to be shared. I've also had the opportunity to come across wonderful, ordinary Dutch in the supermarket, in the street, on the bus, who also have fantastic stories that also need to be heard. So there's all of these stories that's out there, and I thought maybe this organization that I came across would be the vehicle to do those stories. And that organization is the Secret Society of Twisted Storytellers. And I would imagine, like you, when I came across the name, I went, wow, that's a really cool name. And reading further the mission statement, and to talk about healing communities, nations, the world, one story at a time, I said, yes, I want to be part of that. So I had the opportunity to contact Satori. We've had some wonderful conversations, and she said, yes, this is part of our global vision, let's do it. So we're launching the Secret Society of Twisted Storytellers Europe edition, and this is the inauguration, and you're a part of it. So that's fantastic. My mother was a lover of hearing and telling stories, and I miss her a lot. But I will imagine she's right here at this first table, enjoying listening to the wonderful stories that we will share today and the interaction afterwards. So, Mother, this inaugural program is for you, new beginners. Thank you very much.